Hi, this is Denise Matthew, and today I'm going to do a bird nest earring. So I've done bird nests before. I mean, that was one of my first projects that I ever put on YouTube. So I'm revisiting the same thing. The thing that's different here is that I'm using really, really tiny seed pearls instead of the bigger ones, and I'm making a little tiny earring kind of thing rather than a pendant or something like that. I also did a bird's nest ring and so forth. So what I've done as well is I've added a little peridot briolet. Now if you have a little tiny bird, you could make you could put a little bird on there or whatever. They're cute, they're very tiny, and there's something a little bit different than if you have a pendant or something like that. So let's get started. So I've already completed one earring, and I'm just going to have that available so that I can match up the new earring I'm going to make so that there's the same size. I'm working with about 3/4 foot of 26 gauge wire, and also these 1mm little pearls. You probably use a seed bead instead if you don't have the pearls. So now that I'm going to leave about 1 inch of wire, and I'm just going to loosely pull this together. Now because you don't want it too tight, because if it's too tight they'll line up rather than sort of go in a little triangle like that. So now I have this one piece of wire, and then I have the rest of my wire. Position the beads like you'd like them, the way they would look in a nest, and then you're just going to hold on to them and then just start wrapping around. Now you can wrap around as many times as you like, and the more times you wrap, the bigger of course your nest is going to be, but overall these are pretty tiny. So I wrapped about 3 times around, and then once I do that I'm just going to pick a random spot wherever, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go in with the wire and just sort of around those wires I've already done and just kind of pull it through so that I would have a loop. And what that's going to do is bring those wires together so that they'll stay as a little pendant rather than just kind of being really loose. So I'm just going to do about 2 wraps there. Once that's done, I'm just going to start wrapping it around again a couple more times. And again, you do it as many times as you like. So I'm going to do about 2 or 3 more times. And since I've already got my other one there, I'm just going to have a look at it, see how close they are. And this is still a little smaller, so that's good, because I'm still building. And then I'm just going to go to the opposite side of where I've already wrapped, which was here, and I'm going to go to the opposite side and just do the same thing I just did. Just wrap through, bring that wire through, and just wrap it a few times. Okay. Okay, now I'm getting sort of close to the end, and I was going to go around probably one more time, and then bring my wire up to meet the wire that the tail I already have here, and then I'm just going to just put it in right close, really close to the tail. I'm just going to bring the wire right through like that. And again, you can not to worry, you can always adjust this nest after you're completed with it. So now I have these 2 wires, and I just want to do a wrap loop with them. So just take my round nose pliers and just do a 90-degree angle, and then bring my... Now you can, if you wanted to, you could trim back one of these wires and then just do a single wrap loop, but I'm going to just do a double wrap loop just because I already did that on the other side. So, and then again, look at your other earring and see if they're sort of similar size, and they are. Loop's a little bit bigger, but so I'll take that down a little bit. And then just grab hold of that loop and wrap those 2 tails around until you have no more wire. Okay, and then tuck in any wires that are stray, and then again go back and see if they're sort of similar. At this point you can go in with your pliers and just kind of like mess up. You can just kind of adjust the wires. You can bring some in closer to the nest or whatever you want to do. But that would pretty much be your finished nest. If you wanted to, you could also use a wire that you've coiled around or bent, so it's a little bit more, there's a little more texture to the nest if you wanted to. And now the last thing I'm going to do is just put this nest right on an ear wire. I've already opened it. And then just put I have a wrap briolet as well. I'm just going to put that on as well. And then close my ear wire. And then you would have your completed pair of tiny nest earrings. So this concludes the tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.